Tuesday. From Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. It's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons taking on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now comes Russell Wilson in season number 9, six-time Pro Bowler, as he gets set to lead this Seahawks offense.
Whenever you think about the Seattle Seahawks, one of the first things that pops to mind is how well they run the football and how much they like doing it. But you have to also look at how well Russell Wilson has played at the quarterback spot. Hasn't just been a game manager. Last year, over 4,100 yards passing, the second most in his career. 31 touchdown passes and took care of the ball as well because he threw just 5 interceptions. If you need to open things up, Russell Wilson can get it done.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Wilson's pass.
Tyler Lockett, 69 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you actually have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here come the Falcons, and at the helm, their starting quarterback since the day he was drafted back in 2008. Their all-time leading passer, Matt Ryan. And right away, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. No! So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocked. Ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones.
Ryan's pass.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
48-yard line.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
A loss of 2 yards.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down.
Ryan's pass. Sterling Hoffrichter in punt formation for the...
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Tyler Lockett on the return.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that 1st drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, Wilson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Pass. Complete to
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
1st down, Seahawks.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Complete.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They run for it with Carson. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Now it's Carson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in Q1 of the new year. We'll be back. On 2nd and 12, Wilson dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
3rd down.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Brings up 3rd down.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He completes this to Russell Gage.
That's good for a Falcons.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard
line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down.
There's a run there by Todd Gurley. We all know he's looking to rebound from the least productive season of his career. And I think Atlanta presents him a great opportunity to do just that. They'll use him really well running it as well as catching it out of the backfield.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. Oh, now he's strapped. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Complete.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, 62 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown.
Michael Dixon to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Oliver. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, That's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
He better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver. And now it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Intended.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain.
I know I'm one of those that overuses certain terms, and this one, explosive, is what we use for a lot of receivers, but that's Calvin Ridley. Nice catch there, and not only is he explosive, he's been very productive. Since being drafted in 2018, one of the top touchdown rates in the league as a wide receiver.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawks offense now getting set to go again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. On 3rd down, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Wilson's pass.
It's a big play there for Seattle. 42 yards.
On the play.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
On 1st down, Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Tyler Lockett.
It's always interesting when you get ready for a Seattle Seahawks game because when you think of their receivers, you think of these guys are going to be 6'3", 6'4", 225 pounds out on the perimeter. But Tyler Lockett, he shatters all of those thoughts. Much more like a water bug, but maybe their most trusted target downfield. Led Seattle with 1,057 yards last season, operates in the slot and outside, and is tough as any receiver in the NFL.
And the Seahawks.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Wilson now off the bootleg. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
1st and
23 yards, the final tally. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
with the handoff to Chris Carson.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1.
Stop short of the
Big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
17.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
First and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set to go again on offense, we get a peek at Julio Jones now. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches.
And he lost the football. He'll have a first down past the 40. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, Ryan. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
You gotta be smarter than that, man. Come on.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march up another 15 against your squad.
Complete to Calvin.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Ryan will throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. He's at the 50, 30.
Is that it?
And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit.
Jason Myers.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead is now 24. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Seattle.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And you're under a minute to go in the half. A first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
The Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Throwing on second and long. Ryan, it's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. The officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
On first down, Ryan. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
2 more yards.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Ryan. Stocker's got it. Complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Luke Stocker as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons get a bit closer.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
On the return, the Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. He completes it to Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It's a game.
Catch there by Julio Jones, and let's face it, we're almost running out of ways to say he's great. So let's put it into this context. 3rd among active players in receiving yards, starting 2020, just 852 yards behind tight end Jason Witten.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
At the 46.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
On for the field goal. A 50.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good.
His kick.
And this score will stay right where it is. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. And he's racking up the yardage. You see the catches. Defensively, what do you do here to stop a guy like this?
You keep trying to change things up because nothing is really working. Whether you have a man on him, two people, you're showing different types of zone defenses combined with man-to-man coverages. Try and change things up and eventually get to the point where maybe you put enough people on him, they won't throw the ball to him anymore.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
First down.
What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
At the 20-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down and 4. Wilson is complete to Lockett. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
A loss of a yard.
That was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
And the lead is now 24. So that drive, 4 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
Michael Dixon to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And now let's discuss Julio Jones. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. How many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Completes his short throw to Stocker. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. CD, you remember John Elway?
Oh, boy. How could I forget John Elway and how many NFL defenses? So glad he's no.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson, and he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Taken down at the 41. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and
They run again with Carson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
the ball carrier.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third and 2, now Wilson. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
First down, Seahawks.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Wilson with the handoff.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1.
At the 4-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try to run with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And this offense is running away with this one. Turning into a really good performance on the road, week 1. You're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
So out come the Falcons now. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
7-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. He completes it to Treadwell. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
10 yards on the pick.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
At the Seahawks 43-yard line.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Jones has it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, Ryan. A slant to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
Julio Jones has averaged 90 receiving yards per game every season since 2013. And when you factor in that every game plan calls for them double and triple covering him, yet he's still putting up those kind of numbers, that tells you the excellence of Julio Jones.
2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 8. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
For Hayden Hurst.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And he's able to put it through. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Carson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 2nd and 11. Now a man on his 5th franchise in 3 years. It's Carlos Hyde. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Hyde. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Looking to throw again on second down. Ryan. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there. First down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Ryan on first down. It's caught by Treadwell. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Ryan. Complete to Jones. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 41-yard line. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carson.
The 16.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So the victory here for Seattle. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, but now I'm listening to you. So for the Seahawks, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL.